Hey, my wonderful, wonderful, beautiful people, a pleasant afternoon to you. So, beautiful people, I heard a terminology, a sort of theorem, I call it, that disturbed my equilibrium quite a bit. You know, not literally, but it perplexed me. I was discombobulated. I was, what's the other word that I heard somebody using a lot? Flabbergasted. And it's not a laughing matter, and I want my ladies to listen keenly and to be careful. So there is a very hideous term, I call it. That hideous term is called Hospice Wife. Yes, it is called Hospice Wife. Let me tell you what the meaning hospice is. So it is hospice is a type of care that focuses on providing comfort, support, and dignity to people with a terminal illness who are nearing the end of life. So there is no hope for them. Rather than attempting to cure the illness, the hospice care prioritizes pain management, emotional well-being, and somewhat of a quality of life for both the patient and the family involved. So that is what we mean by hospice. So I was listening to this woman today, not too long ago, and the term came back again. She said she was on a podcast, and the term was coined. I don't remember how she said it was coined. Men over 50, when diabetes sets in, hypertension lays its bed, low libido, erectile dysfunction, perhaps cancer, heart attack, stroke, or cardiovascular illnesses, they have moved in permanently. They now say they want to settle down and get married. And she went on further by saying they tend to marry somebody 10 years or perhaps maybe a little bit more younger, or somebody within their age range, because they now know that they're at the stage where they're going to need the helpmeet. They're going to need help. Remember, women are designed to help. There is something in us that we're good at assisting. We're great at that. I think that is one of our giftings, our talents, our abilities. And so now he's at the end of his life. Let me put on my not tested fake glasses, for them many are that resembles generational curse. Let me put this on because I can hardly believe what I'm really hearing, and from the mere fact it came back up again. I said to myself that this is a serious situation that can become acute, it can become chronic, and it can put a number of women in heart-throbbing, heart-wrenching, heartbroken situations unnecessarily. Women, that is why I encourage us to be very careful. Don't get carried away with sweet words by a number of these men. And I'm not saying that every man that is over 50 and looking to get married again or settle down, because, when I was growing up, if you reached a certain age, like in your 30s, maybe let us say up to 40, but even before that, you have to be dating. If you're a man and you're single and you're not dating, boy, the labels that will come across you are not sweet. They're not wonderful. They're not to be behold. They put you in the alphabet. And you know what I'm saying. So more than likely, if you're over 50, 9 out of 10 times, you're either a widower or a divorcee. 9 out of 10 times, because I've often said, I even read it from a psychologist's column, one of those columnists, that men will even marry somebody that they do not love because they don't like to be alone. Women can be alone on their own, they have that mental and emotional toughness to be alone than a man. So men will marry even women that they don't love. I've seen it. So women don't prize marriage just in and of itself. They will marry you even not loving you. So these terminally ill men you know, based on what the hospice represents, or men who know that their action, you know, has no move to reaction. You know, it's no longer action. You know, it's not even, even though it may, it's not even the verb that moves to the adverb. You know, I'm trying to find, maybe it is now only in the adjective, only can be described. That they know that their physical life is basically over. They can't provide for you in a physical sense. I'm talking solid sexual intercourse. Being there for you, being that provider, being that protector. And they decide to bog you down already with your bogged down situation, your challenges and your difficulties. And put you as the hospice wife. I was frightened, to say the least. I was affrighted. Women, be very careful. Be very careful of these crosses, men. Be careful. I call these men who resemble, they have taken on, they're likened unto generational curse. That they know that their bodies have given way. And they still decide to go and get, because they know you well want to get married. There is something with us as women. They have groomed us so badly. It is important and it is good when you can get married, but to the right person in good enough health that you can enjoy your marriage for a decent time, for a long time. And I'm not talking about people who get married at, you know, even young, because I know a couple like that. They got married, they were young, fairly young, and the guy got sick and he died. That's a different situation. We're not talking things like that. But you fully well know that when you're sitting, if you don't look good, you'll get up and it's only 2 legs remain, not 3. 2. By the time you talk, if you talk too loud, when you look, it's only so the woman looking at. By the time you get up from your bed, your 2 hands are off. You're in a bad condition and a bad state. Because you ran your body red, green, purple, black, pink, and blue. And when you're done out and ring out, and then flash you out, that is when you want to come to the woman who was begging you when you had your youth, your vim, your vigor, your vitality, not the Viagra. And now you want to come and settle down with the woman for go put more crosses upon the woman. Run them generational curse, the ladies. Run them. Run Mr. Crow. Run Mr. Crow. That begins with a John. Please, ladies, do it. They're evil. They're sinister. They're malevolent. I don't even want to begin. I am really doing my best to not be vitriolic in my words and tear them to shreds. I feel like a 2 she-bear right now, and a lioness in one, and even an eagle to top it off as a cherry on top. How dare you men? Which part on as hospice? I know who tend to get the hit? The black woman. The black, that's the first thing I heard, you know, initially. The black woman, already under siege. Already under siege in terms of domestic violence in comparison to her other ethnic counterparts, in terms of bad treatment, in terms of narcissism, arrogance that they receive from some of these men, abuse that they receive from some of these men, and they want to now come and topple it over by turning us into hospice wives. Move on a hypertensive, diabetic, cancerous. Look here, and I'm not in any way putting down anybody who suffers from this illness. I'm talking about these deliberate, intentionally deliberate evil men. You're evil and wicked, and I want God to expose, you know. Ladies, go and date them. When they reach a certain age, look in their eyes, look at their skin, look how they walk. Because that then can't pretend too long. When the sickness rinse, you go and come. It's half a show. And once you see they're sick, move from them, run them. But what is not this, Father God? Let me take off the no-tested glasses here, because I'm almost mad. Dopey must dip on head get a water. Guys, you know what to do. Read TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe. Give me one of them lines. They have